What's going on, guys? I'm SimpleSimon and I've been stuck at home for a week now. I've barely left the house in the last week just because I've been sick, and at the same time I've had a crazy gout attack and I've been unable to walk. My pain has finally died down a bit. It still hurts, like right now my toe, I can feel it, but the pain's kind of bearable now. So for 4 days it was literally, I was screaming in pain non-stop. And before you guys say, oh, get well soon in the comments, by the time you see this would be long gone, all right? So don't worry about the get well soon. I'll be better by the time you see this. So I was originally planning to go to Pack Attack today in Geelong, which is like a card event. But I just thought, you know what, Geelong's a long drive. I don't really feel like going for that kind of epic a drive with the state that I'm in. Because yeah, and not only did I have the gout, but the sickness at the same time really was a pain in the ass. So today I thought I'd keep it local and check out somewhere that I haven't been before, but that is not too far a drive. I'm just trying, oh, here we go, here's a car park right here. Parking right here. Today I'm gonna go check out a place called Big Antler. It's like an antique kind of place. Antique collectibles, whatever you want to call it. I've known about it for a little while. It kept coming up on my Instagram and I was like, oh, I'll put that on the list of places to check out, and it's not too far away too. And the reason I haven't gone out here is because my mate Jin's Customs, throwing him under the bus, he went there and he said it wasn't very impressive. Now when he says that, what he means by that, he's not saying that the shop sucks. He's basically saying for guys like me and him, and he knows what we like and what we hunt for, there's not a lot of stuff for us there. Since he visited, I'm pretty certain like some new vendors of new sellers of new stalls have moved in there. One of them I think is a comic book seller. They've been advertising in the past week that they're having a comic book and record sale. And I was like, oh, I'll check that out. I think it's like up to 40%. So now I did start at 10 a.m. and it's like almost midday now. So I am definitely late to the party. But yeah, first time checking this place out. Let's have a look.
Quick shout out to my Siminions, your support means the world, and if you want exclusive members only videos and exclusive emojis, hit the join button to find out more, but always remember your membership is not required. The best way to support the channel is by liking and commenting on videos.
What? You collect comic books? Do you need protection for your comic books? Or storage for your comic books? Whether it's comic books or trading cards or other collectibles, Collectors Hub have you covered. Use my affiliate link in the description below along with the code KEEPITSIMPLE to get 10% off your order on all in-stock items.
I just had to run across the road. You should have seen me. I look like an injured animal running across the road.
So here we are, we'd arrived at our destination, Big Antler Marketplace. Marketplace, that's what these kind of shops are called. I never know what to call them. I always call them antique, trash and treasure type places. And in I limped. Now, in hindsight, I probably shouldn't have gone out this day. My gout, I mean, as I'm narrating this, it's been 4 weeks almost. 4 weeks tomorrow and my toe's still not 100%. Anyway, there's some hot sauce and some other handcrafted goodies here. Ooh, look at that, Pokemon card coasters, that's cool. Got some nice earrings there, they'd look great on me. And as I kept venturing through the shop, I was looking around like, yeah, there really isn't a lot, you know, for me. But I did spot these books out of the corner of my eye, and I don't know who Mark and Mandy are, but they're definitely too young to get married. You guys have a whole life ahead of you guys. Think it through. Anyway, and then I noticed this Spider-Man sign, and I knew I'd found where I needed to be. Now my first impression was I wasn't expecting to see vintage toys, and I thought I found myself a Rocksteady until I realised he didn't have any arms. But it was a pleasant surprise to see some vintage toys there, and they definitely had plenty of comic books. Now as I walked into the shop, I bumped into a gentleman who recognised me, who watches the videos, and these comics actually belong to him. I forget his name right now, but I think I might mention it later in the video. Ooh, Erica Slaughter cover. Now I do mention in some of my videos of late that I don't really like digging through comic boxes too much anymore, but on this day, I made an exception because comic books was really the main thing that they had that interested me. And I was kind of surprised with the books they had. Ooh, old Hulk books. 180, 181. Damn, they didn't have it. So yeah, as far as comic books go, their selection was pretty good. I was impressed. Really good mix of books too, from your Marvel, DC, all the standard stuff you see, as well as more indie type titles as well. They even had old school things like this, Good Girl art. You got the first Dark Horse comic, I think that is. Does anyone know who did this cover? I thought it was Michael Turner at first, but the face actually kind of looked like Milo Manara. Those Marvel books, you don't see them every day in short boxes down here. You got another shelf here full of assorted books as well. They've got some random footy cards sitting in the cabinet here as well. Some more loose figures. And of course, if you've got stuff you want to get rid of, they also buy. Have you got a bunch of old games you want to get rid of? They'll buy them from you. Now, this was advertised as a comic and record sale. So this is for all the vinyl collectors. I was a huge vinyl collector back when I was in my early adulthood, like maybe 19, 20, 21, around that age. I bought a lot of vinyl. In fact, I don't have too many. I've only got 2 crates worth really, but a lot of the stuff I have is super obscure punk bands, you know, super hard stuff to find, some of the stuff I got. And they had a lot of that type of stuff here as well. Some real hardcore metal bands and things like that. That are quite expensive actually. Records have gotten so much more expensive since my day. Here's some of the type of stuff I would have in my collection as well. I was a huge fan of 80s rock, Twisted Sister, Iron Maiden, got all that stuff. So yeah, if you're a metalhead, they had a great range of albums that would make you go, wow! They also had some old school handheld gaming units there, mixed up with some comic books. There's Shana the She-Devil, issue 1. Need some metal drip? They had patches, they had shirts, they had pop vinyls, they had pillows with your favorite bands on them, a decapitated Gene Simmons head. They had your favorite bands on these sheets that you can hang up in your house and show everyone how metal you are. And then I found another display case which had some more wacky and wild toys in there. They also had these cool Something's Killing the Children covers. I don't think I've got those actually. And some more vintage figures, but that's not Leo. I don't collect pops anymore, but I definitely went through a pop phase, and the first 2 pops I bought were music ones. So they had pop vinyls, they had Thriller, one of the highest selling records of all time. You have to have that in your collection. And some more classic rock. They had these little voodoo dolls here, and I think oh, that's a Wolverine one, that's cool. Now, something I didn't pick up on was the shirts and the patches and all the metal stuff actually belong to Inacoma, which is another store out in Croydon, which I do have to visit one day. I've been planning to go there for years, but I'll get around to it, so keep an eye out for the Inacoma vlog. I'm not a huge Whitesnake fan, but I don't mind some of their stuff, but Children of the Night is my favorite Whitesnake song. So that was most of the cool stuff at this store. Not to say that this stuff is uncool, but not really my thing. So that was Big Antler. If you're into comic books and you're into records, then it's probably worth stopping by and checking it out if you're out in Ringwood.
Alright, so this might be the shortest vlog to date. So to avoid that from happening, I might check out a couple of other things. I'm dying for a coffee, so I would love to go get a coffee. So yeah, Sarah messaged me and was like, oh, there's like a little market thing on at the Maroondah Mall today. I was like, Maroondah Mall? I've shown Maroondah Mall in some of my previous videos and vlogs. It's that really it looks like it's a time capsule from the 90s. So I don't think there's going to be anything there, but again, just to fill out this vlog, we'll go check it out. And also, I want to get a coffee, and there's a Starbucks up here, right? Like, there's not many Starbucks around here. There are Starbucks, but you know, there's this one here, and it might be a drive-through. I want to get a drive-through Starbucks coffee. Is it here? But I've always wanted to kind of stop. Oh, there it is. There it is. How do I get there? How do I get there? So yeah, I'm going to get a Starbucks coffee. This is the drive-through for Starbucks. The idea of Starbucks drive-through is great, but I don't know if it's really practical because every time I've gone to Starbucks, it's normally pretty busy. The line moves very quick, but it's not like the coffee comes out super quick. I mean, it's quick enough, but like I haven't moved in this line. I've been here for minutes. Oh, it's about to move. But you know, Macca's, they make your food as well, and it comes out, you know, they're pretty good. So yeah, I'm about to move. Oh, stop. I moved about 3 meters.
Hi, welcome to Starbucks. I get you Starbucks any food at all today?
Just coffee, thanks.
No worries. What do we have now?
Could I get a white chocolate mocha?
A white chocolate mocha, yeah.
I'll get that with oat milk. Not the biggest one, but the one that's below that.
The grande?
Yeah, grande, thank you.
Want the whipped cream?
No whipped cream, thanks.
No whipped cream, no worries. Anything else?
That's all, thanks.
All good, driver too.
Thank you.
One eternity later.
Yeah, this is like the worst drive-through ever. Like, I cannot... once you come here once, you'll definitely go inside next time. I've been here for... It's got to be 20 minutes now. After I ordered, I couldn't move. I just stayed in front of that order box for like, I don't know, 6-7 minutes before I moved. So yeah, this drive-through at Starbucks, great idea, doesn't work. And I'm like, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like the car at the window now that's getting there, waiting for their order, I'm like five cars behind.
Tomorrow for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Cheers. Oh, that took way too long. I was in there for so long, I almost don't want to go to Maroondah Mall, but because I promised you guys, we'll go to Maroondah Mall. And just so this video is not a 5-minute vlog, but let's taste it. I swear to God, if this coffee's not good. Oh, imagine they made me a bad coffee. All right, cheers. It's good. I like Starbucks again, kind of like how I always talk about Macca's. Starbucks have that sort of consistent thing going on. They just always taste the same. It's good. All right. Sun's out. Let's go to Maroondah Mall.
Okay, so here we are at Maroondah Mall, and there was actually a car show going on in the car park as well, but I'll come back to that a little bit later. There's definitely a special event on. It's the Maroondah Rock Around the Mall event. Car show outside, and you got bands playing inside. Now, I gotta be honest, I kept this pretty short because there wasn't a whole lot for me to look at there. Look, days like this are obviously great for the local community, and they did have a bunch of tables filled with vendors selling their handcrafted goods. So there you go. And of course, if you want to see what's inside the second-hand store here, there's actually lots of collectibles inside this store. I did a video there a little while back. I'll try to remember to leave a link to it in the end screen of the video, which means you got to watch the video to the end to see the end screen, and then you can check out that second-hand store when I visited. And there's the band there. This place is also famous for one of the few CD stores that are still around, Sight and Sound, keeping it real. Now, people always talk about how Maroondah Mall is stuck in time, like in the 90s, and it really felt like that with all the old cars at the front too. So if you asked me when I was about 16 what my dream car was, I probably would have told you one of these, a Tirana. I used to be obsessed with Tiranas when I was a teenager, but yeah, there was lots of cool old cars on display. Is there anyone who watches my videos who is a car guy? And even if you're not a car guy or girl, let us know in the comments. If you're still watching this video, let us know in the comments. What is your dream car? At least one of your dream cars. Let me know.
All right. Walking is difficult still. Look, it's cool to see people out having fun and things like that. Got myself a snag. Let's see if a fireman snag is better than a Bunnings snag. That sounds really weird. Let's go. Normally they obviously offer you onion. I always say yes, but I recently did a bunch of tests, and turns out I've got to cut fructose, which onion has a lot of fructose apparently, so it's not good if you're intolerant to it. So I decided to cut the onion, do the right thing, even though sometimes I'll be like, screw it, I'll take the pain. But it was the first time asking with no onion, but it's all right. I finished the snag, I might move my car, and then I'll show you what I picked up. So today, what a day. Was it a good idea to go out? Probably not, but I picked up a couple of books that were kind of cool. Big Antler, look, is it worth going out of your way for? But obviously if you're out that way, if you're out in the east, you know, that little section in the corner is pretty cool, you know? So I'm assuming that wasn't there when Jin first went there. So I did know that they had comics and stuff move in after Jin told me there wasn't much for us. So shout out to a couple of people. As soon as I got to Big Antler, literally before I even walked in, a gentleman walked out and was like, I'll watch you on YouTube. I'm like, Can't go anywhere these days. His name was Mark, and it was actually a lot of his books that were sold there at Big Antler. So shout out to Mark there. There was also a gentleman, I think his name was Richard, from memory. If I'm getting all these names right, mate, I'm so bad with names. But if I remember your name, there's no way I'm going to remember your face next time I see you. Anyway, I shout out to you guys. And then there was also the gentleman who was running most of the records and half of the comic books as well, was Paul. Paul looked very familiar, so I said to him, hey, do you have a store somewhere else? And he said, yep. And I was like, was it Market Fair? And he goes, yeah. So Paul, this card might look familiar because when I did my video at Market Fair, I had a really good chat with Paul. I had a good chat with him today as well. He's more into like the vinyl and physical media stuff. He does do some comics as well. But Mark there was like the comic guy. So Mark even helps Paul price his comics and stuff. So I think the comics are half Paul's, half Mark's. Yeah, I'm glad I went. Obviously, I've been stuck at home for the last week. And yeah, you know, there was stuff there that interested me. I literally went through almost every short box. And there were some books, you know, like there were some impressive books. Like, you know, nothing crazy, but the comic book variety was really spread out. You know, you had your old Marvel stuff for people who collect that stuff. You definitely had some key books in there as well. A lot of some modern stuff mixed in there, indie stuff. There literally was a bit of everything. So good mix. And obviously, if you're a record collector, mostly of metal, crazy metal selection there. I loved the jams they were playing up there. Were all like power metal bands, and yeah, it was really cool. It was really cool being in there. And there was a lot of people there today, I think, because they advertised the sale. So yeah, there was a lot of collectors here. There was multiple people. There was another gentleman, he said he'd seen my videos. I didn't get his name, actually. The Kiss Army guy, if you're watching, shout out to you too. All right, I picked up 4 books from Big Antler. The first one, this one I wasn't sure if I've got this, so I bought it just in case, because Someone's Killing Children, you guys know, is my favorite comic book series. I started collecting this from issue 15, I believe. I might have 13, I just wasn't sure, so I picked it up anyway, and if I don't, I'll just chuck it in my box and I just make my money back or something like that. So issue 13 of Someone's Killing Children. I got a feeling I picked that up from Harry's Comics, but I just wasn't positive, so yeah, whatever. Next one is Nick's. Now, I don't know if this is a key, and this is Nick's #1. I believe it's a Josh Middleton cover, right? So I know it's a famous cover, and I know issue #3 from this book is like a key issue, which is the first, is X-23's first appearance, I think, in issue #3. But I'm pretty sure there was something to this, and I think it's Josh Middleton art, which is crazy because it doesn't look like Josh Middleton art. So I picked that one up because I'm a big fan of Josh Middleton. And then I got this Wonder Woman, just another Adam Hughes Wonder Woman cover, one of the classic Adam Hughes Wonder Woman covers. I don't believe I've got that one. So they had a few of these. They had quite a lot of these Adam Hughes Wonder Woman books. They were all more about 20 to 25. So I was like, this one's 15. I'll pick this one up and add it to the collection. And then the last one, I need to find out more about this. This might be Golden Age. Is this Golden Age? I don't know, it might be Golden Age. If it is though, I think it must be some sort of Australian reprint surely. So this is Sheena, Queen of the Jungle, right? So I saw this and there was no price. So there's a couple of these books that had no price, and I was like, well, I'll put them in my pile and I guess I'll ask how much they are. A couple of people noticed this in my hand. So this is Sheena, Queen of the Jungle. It's a 10th center, and it's issue #9. So that was there was 2 key things about this book. One was it was Sheena, and you know, people who watch the channel for a long time know I have a fascination with Sheena. And the second thing is, it was issue 9. 9 is my favorite number, guys. And it was a 10th center, so it looked super old. I was like, is this a Golden Age book? No price. I'll put it in my pile. And a couple of people noticed it in my hand. They're like, oh, you're picking that up, because they'd flick past it and go, oh, that's a good one. And then one of the guys was like, oh, the price is on the back. And I was like, oh. Not saying that's a bad price, but it was more like, I didn't come here with that kind, like, you know, looking to spend that kind of money in a book today, right? $100, right? I was kind of keen. And then when Paul, the seller, noticed it in my hand, he goes, oh yeah, that's a good one. You're gonna get that one, are you? I was like, I'm not too sure. I didn't realize the price was that. And he goes, oh, you know, we can work something out. Like, you know, I can probably do a bit cheaper for you. If you're serious about it, or if you want to trade. He goes, do you have records? I was like, yeah, man, I've got obscure records too. I've got obscure Japanese punk bands. He's like, yeah, man, I'll trade. I was like, I'm holding on to my records. So he said, if you want to pay cash, I'll do 70 on this. I was like, all right, that sounds good. I had $70 on me, so I was like, yeah, sure. So I bought this for $70. Another one to the Golden Age. I mean, let's have a look. I don't know anything about this book. I got no sense of smell at the moment either, so let's have a look. I don't recognize the publishing, but it must be like an Australian kind of reprint. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at this. This is ancient, guys. Oh, hashtag, oh, look at that. Hashtag golden age guy. Oh, dude, look at this. Yeah, this is awesome. But yeah, I just don't know who the publisher is. It's like this weird W on there. Because most of these I remember were like Jungle Comics and stuff. So I'm going to assume this is some sort of Australian reprint. Yeah, look at that, man. That's cool. Don't get stuff like this anymore. Oh yeah, I can smell the golden age on it. Yeah, sniff worthy. All right, so yeah, that's my pickup. Wasn't expecting to walk out with a golden age book. Yeah, I'll have to look into this and find out a bit more information about it. So look, it was worth it. I'm glad I stepped out of the house. It's a nice day as well. My coffee wasn't too bad apart from a half an hour wait for it, but that's it for this one. If you guys are new to the channel, you want to see more places that I've been to, check out the playlist in the description. Check out all the stuff that's in the description. Check out my affiliate link for Collector's Hub if you need storage or protection for your comic books, your trading cards, all that sort of stuff. All the info is in the description. And until next time, I'm Simple Simon. Tell your friends and keep it simple.